Thanks for downloading another segment from the Best of the Classic Metal Show. The Classic Metal Show is heard live on Saturdays from 9 p.m. to 3 a.m. Eastern, exclusively at www.theclassicmetalshow.com. And now here's another piece of Classic Metal Show history on the Best of the Classic Metal Show.
The Classic Metal Show.
It's Poison of the Hairband World with the Valley of Lost Souls.
Am I queer if I say that after not hearing that for a while, I kind of like that?
I'll admit that Poison had a few good tunes, and I didn't mind Poison. When I started really hating Poison is when Brett started doing all his reality shows and shit.
To me, Poison had two really good albums and one that was pretty damn good. I liked the second album, which I know a lot of people hated. They'll open up and say, I loved Flesh and Blood, and I really liked the one with Richie Kotzen. The 7 Days Over You is the song that I really liked, but I don't remember. What's that album, Native Tongue?
Native Tongue.
I love that album. That's probably my favorite of all of their stuff. But those three albums, livable. First album, couldn't stand it then, can't stand it now. Anything that they've done since Kotzen left the band is shit. Hollyweird and Poisoned and all that. Ooh,
awful.
So bad.
Well, if I had to pick my favorite Poison CD, it would be Flesh and Blood. Flesh and
Blood's a damn good album, and for the time especially, it was. I mean, it wasn't edgy or anything, but it was good for the time. And people don't remember, Poison was very much like Kiss at that time, where it was all about the show.
Mm-hmm.
And they really did put on a great rock show at that exact point in time. That was probably the best they were live.
Right.
Was right then. And sadly, they're still doing the same set and show that they were doing back then now. But, it was good at the time.
Well, when Poison played, one of their last shows before they kind of went on hiatus before they came back in 99,
mm-hmm.
Back in 93, they were on that Native Tongue tour.
Yeah.
And they had Damn Yankees opening with Firehouse.
Okay.
It was Firehouse, which sounded like a garage band because they had
there late.
Because they had no lights or sound.
Right. Yeah.
So it sounded very garage bandish because they got no PA.
Yeah, and no songs to go through that PA. So.
Right. Then Damn Yankees came out and absolutely kicked ass.
Yeah, well, let's just be honest. Do you really think Ted Nugent's going to put up with that shit?
No, but they absolutely kicked ass, just solid all the way through.
Mm-hmm.
Then I don't know what Poison was attempting to do because they were headlining that tour.
Okay.
But they turned everything up to 11. And it was so freaking loud. It just literally sounded like a roar. It didn't sound like music at all. It just sounded like a roar. It was just like, I mean, that's what it sounded like.
Did you end up leaving?
Yes, I did. After the third song, I left. I couldn't take it because it was so loud that it finally started sounding good by the time I got to the parking lot.
So Poison was too loud for you, but Motorhead you stuck through.
Poison, it didn't sound like it, but it didn't sound like anything. It just sounded like a loud roar.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't. You couldn't even make out any of the songs or anything.
Right.
But
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not a big fan of loud, super loud concerts. I'd rather it be clean than loud.
Yeah, I agree. But this was just a loud, noisy roar.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
So it was awful.
You know who, and this is going to stun probably everybody, but you know who, every time I've seen them consistently has always had the best sound live? Kiss.
Yeah, I've been to numerous Kiss concerts, and I would agree that they're clean. That it's loud, but it's clean and crisp.
Yeah, it's not overly loud, and it's very, if whoever's playing drums today hits that drum, you feel it.
Yeah.
But it doesn't rattle your head either.
AC/DC, same way.
I've seen them be a bit overly loud before.
I don't know. I've been to several AC/DC concerts, and they've always been very crisp.
Yeah. Well, I stopped going to see them though. A zillion. I haven't seen. Honestly, I've seen AC/DC probably 5 times in my life, and But when was the Razor's Edge? Because that's the last time I saw him.
That was like 90. What was it? 93.
93. That's the last time I saw him. So I haven't seen them now that they're a big budget band.
Sure.
Not that they were small then, but I mean, I saw them on cool tours, on Flick of the Switch, on Fly on the Wall, which to me, I know everybody hates that album. My favorite album by AC/DC.
I don't have any problem with Fly on the Wall.
I love Fly on the Wall, and I'm the only one I think that likes the fact that the guitar tuning is different. I like that. I like that the guitar tuning is different and the production is different. It doesn't sound like every other AC/DC album.
Sure.
Still the one I go to every single time.
I was just checking to see if our feeds were down again.
Are they down?
Just the 128K stream is always having a problem for some reason.
Well, change the other one to 128.
I think, but it's back now.
All right. Well, fuck 'em. I can hear you. You can hear me. I don't give a shit what these guys can hear.
Right. All right. Well, anyway, since we're talking hair bands.
That's right.
Our own Jennifer from 80s Hairband World. She does her Hairband World News on 2 stations. She's got it over there at what is that name? Hard Rockin' 80s Show. RAWIKNS.
Hard Rockin' 80s Show.
Hard Rockin' 80s Show.
Right.
And then she also does it on the Wild Side radio show, not the one that covers Rocklahoma.
Yeah.
But a couple guys who do a show, a college radio station up in Boston area.
Oh, well, that's cool.
So anyway, let's check out what Jennifer has to say this week on 80s Hairband World.
Okay.
On WGAO-FM, 88.3, Franklin.
Hey, Southeastern New England's hottest rock. It's Power 88's Wild Side. Normally, you'd actually hear Jennifer's intro for the 80s Hairband World.
Yes.
Featuring Cherry Pie from Warrant.
And it sounds really good, but this week, I guess, Jay was using it as a coaster.
Yeah.
And, wow, unbelievable. It's just the way things are going for us. It is a Wild Side Monday night.
So we have Jennifer on the line.
So basically they have her intro on a CD.
Mm-hmm.
And rather than having it on an MP3 on the music computer,
mm-hmm.
they lost it on a CD because somebody used it as a coaster.
Sure. I'm sure that's how it happened.
I'm sure that's what happened.
Mm-hmm.
All the way from Texas.
Jennifer.
Yes, I am here.
Wow.
Sounds good so far. Got her phone in order.
Yes, I am here. Wow.
Are you?
How's it going?
Doing good.
Good. So what do you got tonight?
Well, the first piece of news I have today is...
Okay, this always gets me how there's no exchange between the host of the show, and it's just like bang right into it.
Yeah, what are you bothering us for?
Kiss' entire album, Sonic Boom, streaming. You can check out the entire Kiss album, Sonic Boom, in the blog section at 80s Hairband World MySpace page at www.myspace.com/80s Hairband World.
You got that? You got that?
www.myspace/80s Hairband. Is that what she said?
That's what she said.
That comes up as a 404 error to me.
Right. Something about that third W that's just like kryptonite.
And maybe that .com part too.
Yeah. So anyway, she in the blog section of www.myspace/80s Hairband World, she's got the entire Kiss Sonic Boom streaming over there.
Okay, good. Sounds like she's trying to talk through it playing.
Right.
How did you get your hands on that?
You what?
How did you get your hands on that?
I just did.
Wow.
She's an insider.
She's way on the inside. These guys know it, too.
Sure.
They're trying to find out her tricks.
Right. How did you get your hands on that? Well, I just did. I read Brave Words, and there was a news story over there that says you can go over to this website and listen to it, streaming online.
What did she get her hands on exactly?
Well, she got her hands on the news story that was published over at Brave Words and Blabbermouth and Metal Eater.
She got her hands on that public stream that's out there.
Right.
It's good.
Yep. She just
Good
did.
for her.
How did you get your hands on that? I just did.
She's way on the inside.
Right.
/80s Hairband World.
Now, how did you get your hands on that?
You what?
How did you get your hands on that?
I just did.
Wow. That's cool because we were just saying it's not going to be released till next Tuesday, correct?
That is correct. Yes, that's going to be through Walmart and Sam Club stores.
Right.
Sam Club.
The Sam Club.
Sam Club's got it?
Sam Club got it.
Wow. It's good that Sam Club
Any
has
truth to the fact, I'm not sure if you know this, but there was like rumors that they were going to have Walmart like have a whole section dedicated to Kiss, call it Kiss Corner.
Yeah, they
Okay.
are.
They are going to do
They're gonna have a Kiss corner, Kiss merchandise, Halloween merchandise, Kiss M&Ms, Kiss potato heads.
Wow. You think I could get a job?
Yeah.
Really?
That was really funny.
Was that knee slapping funny?
That was knee slapping funny. Kiss potato head. Yeah.
Oh, M&Ms.
Job at Walmart just for a month. Like, I'm just going to, hey guys, I don't want to be a greeter. I don't want to push carriages. I just want to stand at the Kiss corner. Can I do that? I'll wear my little Kiss apron, and I'll just help all the Kiss fans. And, I can do guided tours through the Kiss corner,
All right, you know what? Normally this segment transforms into a bashing Jennifer segment. These guys are terrible.
Yeah, he's going to wear his Kiss apron. He's going to greet everybody in the Kiss Corner section, give everybody a guided tour.
Horrendous.
That's what commercial radio is, my friend.
Ooh.
What do you think about maybe the cashiers or something at Walmart? See all the Kiss items go through. Oh, well, what's this? Hey, this is Kiss Potato Head.
No, because
Well,
my
that's
line would be so long because I would talk to everyone and go, oh my God, do you remember when Gene? And, I'd have to share a story with everyone. So the line would probably be, I don't think they'd want me there.
And that fake voice, I want to punch him in his face and tell him to talk.
You want your head to explode already? We're only into like 2 minutes of this segment already.
Yeah, I would tell him all my stories because I have stories.
You think this guy smokes 2 packs a day?
This Maxwell wannabe sounding asswipe stinks with his fake voice.
I'd have to share a story with each and every customer that comes through the cashier line.
Oh, you're not saying it right, Neely. You gotta be.
I'd have to share a story.
Now you got to get that nasally. I've been smoking all day.
Yeah, I'd have to share a story with everybody that comes through the line.
Horrendous.
You know what? My line would be all the way to the entertainment section.
That's it. So what else is going on?
Hold on, Neely. I gotta compose myself. That was funny.
That was funny.
All the way to the entertainment section. And I sure hope I'm on the aisle at the very end that leads there, or else it's going to be an even longer line. If you have to do like an L-shaped thing to get to my register.
Right.
Horrendous.
Well, the next story is Mike Tramp to release Rock and Roll Circus in October. White Line singer Mike Tramp will release a new solo album, Mike Tramp and the Rock and Roll Circus, on October 5th. The CD will only be released in Denmark on on Kick Music, Song Music, and we'll also...
On what?
Kick Music, Song Music.
Kick Music, Song Music?
That's what she said.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure I heard that right.
Yeah, Kick Music, Song Music.
Okay.
Be available at MikeTramp.com for diehards around the world. Mike Tramp will also go on his first ever big tour in Denmark in early 2010 and then out in the rest of the world.
The first big tour?
You gonna tell me Mike Tramp, who's been a rock star in Denmark for 25 years, has never toured Denmark?
He's gonna go on the big tour in Denmark as Mike Tramp.
How long does it take to tour Denmark? An hour?
Yeah, Denmark's a pretty small country.
I mean, you could probably walk from side to side in half a day.
That's cool. Yeah.
I saw Mike Tramp, and it's now called what? Mike Tramp's White Line, I think it's called, and he's pretty good. I'll tell you, he still sounds really good.
It was called Tramp's White Lion.
Yeah, Tramp's White Lion. Okay, yeah, I saw him about 8 months ago. I was really.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Okay.
It's called Tramp's White Lion.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
He's just practicing up to replace Larry King when he retires.
Jennifer, how important are the stories to you being on tonight?
Jennifer, how important is the connection to White Lion for Mike Tramp to sell tickets?
Jennifer, do you think you could be on our show if your phone battery died?
Jennifer, how important is Brave Words or Blabbermouth to your story reporting?
Jennifer, have you ever heard the name Vito Bratta?
Yeah, I was impressed. I thought he sounded pretty good. Not bad at all.
Right. Well, he's pretty good. I haven't seen the current lineup, but, I know he's a pretty good singer.
I haven't seen it, but I know he's a pretty good singer.
It's got to be good. I haven't quite seen it yet, but I know it's good.
It's good. If it's 80s hair metal, it's good.
It's great.
No
I should
matter
send her
what.
that Kiss concert we were playing earlier. She'd think that's phenomenal.
Right.
Because it's Kiss.
And on Noise, I heard through the grapevine from Chris Aiken that we're supposed to have Udo on the show pretty soon. So
2 weeks.
All right. So anyway, I haven't seen him, but he's pretty good.
Yeah, he's pretty good. Haven't seen it, but from what I understand, he's pretty good.
And these songs are up on his MySpace page, that you can listen to.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Hey, great. Whatever.
Hey, yeah, great. Whatever.
Hey, great. Hey,
Dude, why do you keep letting her back on?
I don't know. Hey, Jennifer, did you know that I have a bunch of unopened Christmas presents in my closet?
Great.
Hey, great.
Yes.
I heard some of the Winger that you had up there and the Bon Jovi that you had on your MySpace, the little snippets.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, check that out. That was pretty good.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. She put them up there herself.
Oh, great.
She copy and pasted the link and put it right up there.
It's good. It's great.
Yes.
I heard some of the Winger that you had up there and the Bon Jovi that you had on your MySpace, the little snippets.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, check that out. That was pretty good.
Yes, it is pretty good. Yeah, the new Winger stuff, that's really good. On the new Winger album, there's a ballad on there. I don't remember the song, but there's a ballad.
What? There's a ballad on there. What?
Is what she was saying is it's really good, but there's a ballad on there?
Yeah, so I couldn't quite make it out because she cut out. She's probably using a cell phone.
Yeah, a good one too.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Okay, another Kiss story. Kiss was on the Howard Stern Show. Kiss members Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley will appear on the Howard Stern Show on October 6th to promote the band's new album, Sonic Boom, which is also released the same day in Walmart and Sam's Club stores nationwide.
Well, being that Sam's Club is owned by Walmart, I would imagine they would, release them on the same day nationwide.
You would think so. And I got to admit, the way she speaks so naturally during that story really lured me into the story. I will be tuning in now because of how natural she just put that story out there.
Right.
That's interesting.
Yeah, they got, and plus the M&Ms are coming out that same day.
Yeah, I can't wait to get my hands on some Kiss M&Ms. That's a nice dessert.
They-
Oh, wait a minute. I'm gonna.
Did you say they're a nice dessert?
Yeah, it's a nice dessert.
It's a nice dessert. Do you think Kiss M&Ms taste any different than like regular M&Ms?
Of course they do.
What do you think? What do you think makes the difference?
They're the real blood. They dripped a couple drops of real blood into the mix.
Oh, nice.
Oh no, that was the comic book. I'm sorry. Now that would be a story.
Yeah, catching a little hepatitis C or a little AIDS from the blood dripping in there.
Yeah, there's a little bit of Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley's blood. They didn't let the other two scabs in there.
Right. Hail and kill, caller. You're on the air.
Hail and kill. God damn it. Two things. First of all, I didn't realize, that Jen was first of all, a fat chick and a fucking bumpkin. Listen to her. I mean, I didn't know she was... I mean, that's too good to be true. Second of all, this whole Kiss Corner deal. Shit. I mean, are they rolling this out? I don't know if I asked this last week or if I asked you. Are they doing this whole Kiss Corner thing at every Walmart?
Every Walmart across the nation, their MOL.
Oh, shit.
It's their marketing plan to sell the multi-platinum.
And who else is playing for? I mean, other than Paul and Gene, who else is still in the band? I mean,
Tommy Thayer and Eric Singer.
So, yeah. So, I mean, yeah. God damn, I'm flaming out. I had one good phone call. Now, fuck.
You're allowed to stop at one.
And there he goes.
Gene here, Paul, Tommy, Eric.
Wow.
Careful.
See, now I couldn't get away with saying that.
Why couldn't you? Why? Who's going to hold you accountable?
Yeah, who's listening other than us?
No, I could never. I mean, could you imagine if... I could never get, if Vixen had M&Ms and I said that. I would never get away with saying that. Not that I think Vixen's going to release M&Ms anytime
Vixen
soon.
M&Ms.
Yeah, but yeah, I guess...
Scream.
Vixen M&Ms?
That is a scream.
Funny shit.
Hey, geez, guys. Woo.
They're characters.
This is a comedy pyramid, if ever I've heard one.
Kiss was going to come on with us, but instead they on the wild side here, but they chose Stern.
Wow.
They were going to come on here with us, but they chose Stern.
Yeah, sure they did.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
I'll give them that one. That's them realizing that they're a little shit show.
What a shot.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, that's...
All right. The next story is Whitesnake's main man's ex-Tiny Contain arrested for DUI.
Wow.
Tiny Contain was arrested about 3 p.m. Saturday afternoon when officers suspected she had been driving for her Range Rover under the influence of alcohol or drugs. She just recently appeared on the VH1 reality show Celebrity Rehab with Dr. Drew.
Not good.
Really?
What was better, the story or the response?
Yeah, not good.
Not good.
Tawny Contain got arrested for DUI.
I like that she was driving for the Range Rover.
Yeah, she was driving a Range Rover.
No, she was driving for the Range Rover.
Yeah, she was. You're right. She was driving for the Range Rover.
I don't know what's it with all these celebrities that want to get arrested for DUI and stuff, you know?
Do they want to get arrested for DUI?
Look, it's time for me to go outside. I need to get arrested today for DWI.
I don't know what it is with these celebrities that want to get arrested for DUI.
Yeah.
It's a publicity move.
Of course.
So very kind.
Yeah. Oh, it's just, I mean, I mean, Janie Lane was like 2 months ago that got arrested for DUI, and apparently there was a time where her and that she was married to a baseball player, and she got in trouble for apparently he claimed that he hit her. I mean, she hit him.
Oh yeah.
And there was like a big apparently she's a big drinker, and she must be pretty tough if she beat up a baseball player.
Wow, that's kind of.
This banter is witty.
She beat him with her shoe.
Yeah. He's a big puss, though. That story happened here. What a puss.
Former Cleveland Indian.
Chuck Finley.
Yeah, Chuck Finley.
Huh.
Weird stories of baseball player, and they couldn't decide which one was the designated hitter, huh? Jeez.
Well, no, I don't.
This guy's something.
They're full of one-liners, aren't they?
Designated hitter. A beating case. I get it.
I don't know if you know this band or not, but this is one of my favorite bands. If you like Striper, you'll like them. Guardian. Guardian's first watch to be released with bonus tracks. Retroactive Records will issue the legendary debut release by Christian metal powerhouse Guardian. First Watch 20th Anniversary Edition will offer 14 tracks that will come in full color, 4-panel digipack with a tray, and exclusive liner notes from the band.
Okay. He goes, Never even heard of Guardian. Jamie Rowe and Guardian?
Yeah, I was going to say, we know that guy.
Yeah, Jamie Rowe? Yeah, he came to a classic metal show night out once.
No, not with Guardian.
No,
it was with Guardian. He did like a Guardian set or something.
Yeah, he came out there to the classic metal show night out at the Hi-Fi Club and did some songs for us.
It was Adrian Gale, wasn't it?
No, he just came out there on his own.
But he played some Guardian songs.
Sure.
Something with Guardian, I don't know.
Yeah, he played some Guardian tunes.
Yeah, none of us knew what the fuck he was playing.
He wasn't even on the bill. He just showed up.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he showed up and played.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
Yeah, me either.
No.
I never heard of them.
See, I told you.
They both, but play that back again. The guy said, "Yeah, that's cool," and then they said, "I've never heard of Guardian."
Yeah, who are they? What the fuck?
So how is it cool?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
Yeah, me either.
No.
I never heard of them. Do they like Striper?
Guardian?
No, you said they like Striper?
Yeah, you know what? If you like Striper, you'll like Guardian. Back in the day, Striper and Guardian used to hook up and sing together.
Guardian and Striper used to sing together?
I'm sure they did.
Okay.
I remember that big tour.
Yeah.
And that was also about the same time as that big Petra Bloodgood tour, wasn't it?
Right. They used to sing together.
Sure did.
You know, they used to get Striper, and Striper used to say to Guardian, "Hey, Guardian, you want to sing with us?"
Yeah, come on up.
Hey, there's a YouTube video with Michael with Striper and Guardian singing "My Lady." So.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
YouTube. You know what I heard you say?
I love YouTube.
I heard you say U2. I was like,
yeah.
So somewhere in a YouTube video that Mike Sweet is in there?
Yeah. No, I love YouTube, huh? I mean, seriously, there are times I wish we could.
I love YouTube. It's a great place to find out videos.
Jesus Christ.
He was going to make a joke. She mowed him.
She just got to jump right in there.
She knocked him over. That was funny.
Wow.
You know.
It's phenomenal. I hope they never change it.
I love putting on vinyl.
You know, the last 2 days I found some new.
I love vinyl because.
No, folks, that wasn't us playing it back again. That was a different clip.
Right.
On there, like just some rare bands I've never heard before. Hairbands, I thought, whoa, this is cool. But we'll talk about more of that next week.
All right.
I'll tell you something. I love putting on vinyl, and there are times I wish we could just go right back to playing just records and kind of ditch technology. But I'll tell you, I could never get rid of YouTube. Now that that it's out there, and you can just, you're one click away from from watching your old favorite video. I mean, it's phenomenal. It really
Oh,
is.
definitely. Like Warrant Cherry Pie and, Down Boy.
Of course, Warrant Cherry Pie and the Down Boys, and I Saw Red.
Let's not forget Poison.
Because I'm one-dimensional when it comes to my favorite bands.
Yeah. Poison, Warrant, Poison.
Oh, yeah. Mm.
That's good stuff.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yes. All right, the next topic. Bret Michaels' autobiography pushed back to 2010. Bret Michaels' autobiography, Roses and Thorns, The Rock and Roll Fantasy to My Reality, is being pushed back to 2010. Bret wants to add the Tonys and the tour with Cheap Trick and Def Leppard, plus all the nutty stories.
Wow, nutty stories?
Can't wait for that book.
Wow, they're pushing it back a whole 3 months?
I can't wait to read it.
Me either.
Kidding.
Well, that'll be an interesting book. I can't wait to read this. You know, I am a Bret Michaels fan, yes,
I was a lot more before he started doing the Rock of Love stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So I'll have to agree with that.
Yeah.
It's the only thing I agree with.
Yeah. I mean, he's still okay, but I don't know. I guess I just remember from back in the day, That's my good memory about him.
This girl's 30 years old.
Yeah, back in the day.
Back in the day. Here it is. It's 2009. Poison was popular up until about 92, maybe.
Yeah.
So that was 17 years ago. She's 30 now.
Yeah, 13.
She was 13.
Yeah, back in the day.
Back in the day.
She was rocking it.
Right.
Yes, for me and rock stars, unless it's like really phenomenal, like Bruce Dickinson flying a plane, to me that's amazing. To me, that's something I want to read about.
Why? Why? He wants to read about Bruce Dickinson flying a plane.
Who's Bruce Dickinson?
Yeah.
Singing Winger?
Other than that, I really have no use to read about a rock star. I just want to hear him play. I don't know. It's just kind of weird.
Yeah, Jennifer, if you want to
I agree with him there.
Mm-hmm.
I have no interest in reading any of these books.
Come on, you've read a few good books.
I have read a few good ones, but any more? Dude, I can't be bothered.
Okay.
I can't. Honestly, I have books after book up here on my shelf that I never read. I have probably 10 books. Hell, if you want some books, I'll wrap them up, send them to you, and maybe 25 years from now when you open the box, you can read them.
Right.
Why not?
Did you see Flight 666 with Iron Maiden?
No, I have not yet.
Of course you haven't.
It's not a hair metal band.
Yeah.
I only watch hair metal.
Bruce cut his hair. I'm not watching that.
Find that and check it out. It is outstanding.
Oh, I will.
It is the whole story about Bruce Dickinson actually flying a 757. And he flies the entire band of Iron Maiden around on their tour.
Wow.
Including the set, the whole set up, the stage, everything.
They put all that on one plane?
You're kidding.
No way.
You're kidding.
They put that on a big cargo plane? No shit.
And he was able to get that thing off the ground and then back on the ground?
And he flew it himself.
Fucking A, dude.
All their equipment.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was actually talking to a friend of mine the other day, and he's a pilot, and he's also a rocker, and he plays the drums and stuff. And we were talking about that. I said, how amazing is that he flies his band around? A couple hours.
Why is that amazing? This guy got a pilot's license, okay?
He taught himself to fly, now he flies.
So what?
Yeah, unlike these other millionaires that can only afford a Cessna, this fucking guy could afford a plane.
Right.
A big one.
He sings in a rock band and he flies a plane? Amazing.
Wow. And I'm going to tell you something else. You're not going to believe this, Neely? Are you sitting down?
I am sitting down.
It's a big one. The guy used to fence, too.
No way.
Can you fucking believe it?
That is hard to believe.
So he's a fencing pilot singer.
So this guy, not only he fronts one of the biggest metal bands ever, he also flies a plane?
Yeah. and fences. And I'm not done yet. He's been known to read.
Amazing in quotes.
That fit perfect.
Earlier, he's running around on stage. He's singing all these songs. Then they load the plane. Now, the plane is their own jet, and it's all done up. And it's just phenomenal looking. And he's in a captain's or a pilot's uniform. And he's talking to this band and the stage hands and everyone else with the band. And he's like, "Oh, it's a great show tonight. And just so you know, you'll be flying at about 30,000 feet." And, it's unbelievable. It's just phenomenal to see that.
Amazing in quotes.
Do you really think that all that goes on every night? That he puts on the fucking captain's uniform?
Jesus. Oh, boy.
You don't think that they also employ a co-pilot who might fly on the days that Bruce actually performed because he's probably wore out and unable to fly?
Right. And he might wear a feather mask occasionally.
Great.
Well, you know what? I get creepy when I go into planes.
Yeah.
So, if Warren ever did that, I'm going to be hanging on to something in the plane.
What?
She was trying to make a joke. She, too, was trying to be silly.
She got me.
It's unbelievable. It's just phenomenal to see that.
It's great.
Well, you know what? I get creepy when I go into planes.
Yeah.
So, if Warren ever did that, I'm going to be hanging on to something in the plane.
That's true. That's true, yeah. So what else is going on?
Well, the next stupid story I have, now you're going to...
Crickets, please. Crickets.
So what else you got?
Yeah, that kind of fell flat. What else you got, Jennifer?
What else you got? I'm going to bail you out.
Right.
Really be amazed by this next story. Sebastian Bach wants to shed unwanted weight on Celebrity Fit Club. Ex-Skid Row frontman Sebastian Bach is one of the 8 celebrities who will be shedding unwanted weight on the Celebrity Fit Club's 7th season on VH1. Cast members Kevin Federline, Bobby Brown, and of course Sebastian Bach are some of the cast members on this show.
Now, let me ask you this. Did you see Celebrity Fit Club with Janie Lane?
I did, yes.
Now, what do you think of that whole look of the Elvis Costello glasses and the spiked hair?
I thought it was really, really bizarre looking.
Yeah, it doesn't look anything like him. Never mind the weight. I mean, like, his whole, get-up, it doesn't look anything like the old Janie Lane. When you see old photos of him with the long hair and stuff like that, the cherry pie era, looks nothing like him.
Yeah. Well, it's like when you walk into a bookstore and every guy has to look like Buddy Holly to fit in, like, you have this certain book, and they go, oh, yeah. It's like you think he's going to start singing Peggy Sue while you're going down and find your magazine or something.
Really? Do you really think that you're looking at books and magazines and you're thinking every other guy in there is going to start singing Peggy Sue?
I hate to say it, but Jennifer is actually getting bailed out from a beatdown tonight. These guys are fucking terrible. Peggy Sue in the bookstore?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because people today would know what Peggy Sue is.
Well, dude, I'm in the bookstore on Borders, and everybody that's working in the bookstore looks like they're going to sing Peggy Sue.
Because they look like Buddy Holly.
And with that look, I'd want to be crashed in a plane, too.
Oh.
Yeah, that whole look I never understood. Unbelievable.
So when's that coming out?
Well, that's my dad there. Is that he loves Buddy Holly. That's his huge favorite fan.
Buddy Holly is his favorite. His favorite band. That's her dad's favorite band is Buddy Holly.
Yeah, but I want you to roll that back a little bit and listen to the uncomfortable laugh this guy throws out there before he directs her to move.
Or something. Yeah, that whole look I never understood. Unbelievable.
So when's that coming out?
Well, that's my dad's era. Is that he loves Buddy Holly. That's his youth favorite fan.
When is that Celebrity Strip Club?
The old disinterested laugh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's going to be starting in January.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, in January.
He's not even that fat.
No, he's not. And I'm like, oh, what? He's going to be on Celebrity Strip Club losing weight? I mean, what is he? Does he think he's fat or something? Imagine he's fat or something?
Unless he gained a lot before this show. But, I mean, other than that, he didn't look too big.
No. Maybe he thinks he needs to lose weight. I don't know. Maybe he took his weight on the scale and go, oops, I need to lose a few pounds here or something, you know?
I guess. So what else is going on?
Is that what that number means?
Wow, is this enthralling conversation here?
They're breaking it down, man. They're breaking it down.
I guess.
Jeez.
Maybe 2 or 3. I'm like, we can do that just by eating, you know, unless you've been eating some really bad stuff or something. I don't know. Okay, the next story, which will also be the last story, warrant Trickster Danger members to perform with Sin City Sinners, which is a special announcement I have today. The following special celebrity guest appearance in the coming weeks is Pete Warren of Trickster on October 9th through the 10th. Bobby Brown, October 30th through 31. Now, it's a girl that featured in one music video, Cherry Pie.
Yep. Yeah, you got to.
So what is Bobby Brown doing performing with Sin City Sinners? I mean, what does she do? Does she sing or something?
I don't know.
She was like a video girl. She didn't do anything.
Yeah, well, who knows? I have no. I mean, what would she possibly do? Clean up after the show?
That's what I'm saying. What would she do?
Maybe she's a singer. We just don't know it.
All right. Well, this is the special big announcement.
It's good so far.
Clear that up because everybody's ready to dance to my prerogative.
No, it's not. It's not that Bobby Brown.
I know. Well, it is confusing though. If you say Bobby Brown's coming.
Yeah, it is confusing. Yeah, it is.
So who else?
I have heard my prerogative.
Oh, jeez.
She has heard that song.
Wow.
I have heard my prerogative.
That's something.
Wow.
Ted Polly on November 13th or 14th of Danger. And then, of course, you have Eric Turner of Warrant, November 20th to the 21st. And with Sin City Sinners at in Las Vegas, Nevada, which is the base band. You know, a couple of weeks ago, they just got finished having Robert Mason on.
They just got finished having him.
Wow.
Just a couple of weeks ago, they just got finished having Robert Mason.
That's something.
Mason on with Sin City Sinners, and now they're fixing to have Eric Turner of Warrant in November, so that'd be good.
They're fixing to have.
They are? They're fixing it?
They're fixing to have Eric Turner.
All right, enough of that. Well, I was looking to see. I'm almost wondering if it is Bobby Brown, the My Prerogative guy.
I don't know.
I mean, either booking is bad, but why would you book the video girl to perform with your band unless she's going to dance around like she did in the Cherry Pie video? What else?
That's what I'm asking. It's just like she, obviously this Sin City Sinners features quote unquote 80s band people.
Yeah, but
so what is she going to do?
Who knows? MC probably. Probably MC.
Probably. Yeah. So they just finished having Robert Mason, and they're fixing to have Jerry Dixon.
That's good. Dixon with Dixon.
At in Las Vegas, Nevada, which is the base band. A couple of weeks ago, they just got finished having Robert Mason on with Sin City Sinners, and now they're fixing to have Eric Turner of Warrant in November, so that'd be good.
That's going to be awesome.
All right.
Just dead air. Okay. All right.
It's good.
And you check out my MySpace at www.
Oh, see if you can think of the address for her MySpace.
It's got to be www.myspace /80s Hairband World.
Right. www.myspace/80s Hairband World.
That's what I'm thinking.
All right. And you check out my MySpace at www.myspace.com/80s Hairband World.
Absolutely.
And then you can also check it out at 80shairbandworld.nig.com.
Or you can...
What?
.nig.
Jesus, man.
Isn't it Ning?
Let's not have this racist on the show again. We can't be saying things like that.
It's Ning, right?
Well, that's what I always thought, not that disgusting language she's using.
So it's 80shairbandworld.nig.
Easy.com.
And then you can also check it out at 80shairbandworld.nig.com.
Or you can Google 80s Hairband World, because I can never remember that. I sit down and go, okay, what's the address line? And I have to go, nah. I always cheat. Just go to Google.
You ever heard of a bookmark?
Oh, man.
80s Hairband World.
Just remember you type in the space up at the top. www.80shairbandworld.ningnig.com.
She said it again and she spelled it out.
She spelled it out and then said it wrong.
Nig.
N-I-N-G, nig.
There's a space at the top.
Please play that one more time.
Is she talking about the address bar?
Yeah.
There's a space at the top. I mean, where you type it in. You mean like
Right.
the address bar?
Yeah.
Wow.
Up at the top. www.80shairbandworld.ningnig.com. It's kind of simple. Yeah.
Yeah, stop being
I don't know. I always get confused.
Stop being a dummy. God, it's so simple. There's like this space at the top of your screen, and you just like type in there. You can like type. Like you could use the keyboard and use the letters on the keyboard.
Well, that's what.
And you can type www.80shairbandworld.nig.com. So, what's so hard about that? Stop being a dummy.
Yeah, get it right, stupid.
Oh my God!
How many dots did I put in?
Though,
Should I put 2 dots, 3 dots?
2 dots.
No, I know. I'm just. I'm saying that.
Well, after world put a dot, and then after nig put a dot.
It's a great web.
There's 3 dots.
They're just fucking with this chick.
I know, but there's 3 dots, you dummy. She said 2 dots.
Yeah, www.80shairbandworld.nig.com.
Or .com, .nig, or whatever.
Dots did I put in? Should I put 2 dots, 3 dots?
2 dots.
No, I know. I'm just. I'm saying that.
Well, after world put a dot, and then after nig put a dot.
It's a great website if you haven't been there. And now, even a better reason if you're a Kiss fan to check out her website. I mean, that's going to be. I can't wait. I mean, in fact, if I had a computer in my car, I would probably log in on the way home.
Well, there is a promo kit on there promoting the new album on the front site. There's also a promo for Winger. There's also the promo for Lita Ford. So all kinds of stuff.
Great reason to check out your website. It's always great to have you on the show every Monday night when we're here at 8 o'clock. And thank you for calling in tonight.
Yeah, and hold on a sec. We'll talk to you off the air. Hold on, okay?
Okay.
All right, we got something over here.
What did you put in there?
Huh?
It's a surprise.
It's a surprise to me.
Wild Side Monday Night, Johnson and Rock.
Oh, good. I got a good one here. Honeymoon Suite. Feel it again. It's Power 88's Wild Side.
Wow.
So it's www.80shairbandworld.nig.com.
Yeah, that's N-I-N-G. Nig.
Right. And don't forget the WW at the beginning.
2 W's, WW. I'm sorry, by Jennifer count, it would be 3 W's. WW, 3. Unbelievable.
Amazing in quotes.
Thank you there, bud.
What a dope. So these guys will take 17, 18, 20 minutes to entertain this girl on their show.
Mm-hmm. That just says they don't have anything.
Wow.
If they need to bring in that third party to fill up 20 minutes of time, what does that say?
Well, they got to get the 80s Hairband World news.
Yeah, you know what? Don't do the news and play 4 more songs. I bet your fans would like that more.
Too funny. Thanks for checking out the Best of the Classic Metal Show. You can tune into the Classic Metal Show live every Saturday night from 9 p.m. to 3 a.m. Eastern, exclusively at www.theclassicmetalshow.com.
Classic Metal Show.